and welcome to Artsy Art. If you're new here, I hope that you stick around and you decide that you like our videos, and if you have been here for a while, you'll know that we've taken a little bit of a hiatus. We were trying to finish up a bunch of stuff for school, Emily and I, and it ended up being a little bit longer than anticipated, but I'm super excited to be back. We are jumping right back into our series where we are following a prompt list, A to Z, of drawing flowers. So today's prompt is English bluebell. It's actually a flower that is one of the most popular in England. I did a little bit of research about it before I did this drawing. It's kind of dorky, I know, but I wanted to take my time with the character design. So you see I do several sketches. You can see I have the bluebells up there in the corner to kind of draw inspiration from. In my last several drawings for this prompt list, my flower was not featured as heavily as it probably could or should have been. So I decided this time to make the entire piece the flower by making this fairy kind of like a sprite or a druid. I'm not sure what the words escape me right now, but basically she is an embodiment of the flower. She's like a spirit of the flower. And so she is Bluebell. That was like the name that I came up for her. So yeah, you see I did quite a few sketches just trying to get a character design and also try to give her a little bit of a personality. I ended up with this one here where she's standing because I felt like it was the best way to showcase her full design, I suppose. I did run into a little bit of issues that I didn't think about originally with the wings. The way that she's posed, how her back is turned to the viewer, made it a little bit challenging to get those wings in, but I think that they looked pretty good in the end. I also ended up going for a more simple background, which you see here I'm mapping out, as a way to kind of keep the focus on Bluebell, as her name is. I also decided to go for just blues and purples for the coloring of the piece, as kind of a way to challenge myself, I suppose, with these more monochromatic pieces. For one of my final pieces for my art class, I did something that was monochromatic, and I didn't love the way that it turned out, so I felt like that was a good reason for me to continue to push myself to try harder. So you can see here I am doing the line art, and then I'll move on to coloring, and I think that that's about all I have to say about this piece. Thank you so much for checking it out, and I really hope that you like it.
Welcome back to another video. I feel like it's been forever since I've been on here, but I'm glad I'm back. I haven't been doing a lot of digital art lately just because I always feel more inclined to do more traditional mediums. I'm still fairly new to the whole digital art kind of thing. I think it's been less than a year since I've been using this kind of stuff. Mostly because I was too lazy to set up like my tablet to actually draw on my laptop. But I figured that out, so now that's what we're doing. Hopefully I'll be able to showcase some more traditional pieces in the future, but I don't know, we'll see. I just got an SD card for my camera, so there's a pretty good chance I might make a video with it or something. I don't know. but I am proud to announce that I am officially a 2020 graduate. So is Ella, by the way. I don't know if she mentioned it or not, but congratulations, Ella. We both graduated, and I'm so proud of the accomplishments that class of 2020 have made this year and every year that they've been in school. I know it hasn't been what we thought it was going to be, and I know that we've worked really hard to come this far. But I have to say that I'm pleased with how everything turned out in the end. I got the opportunity to celebrate with friends and family through the drive-up individual ceremony that my high school had, because our area was put into yellow in time that we could have something small like that. So it was really nice to walk across the stage, get some photos, and then go back home, and to see all of the faculty just cheer us on and congratulate us was really nice. And I think it was a good substitute to what we were promised having since we were in kindergarten or preschool, depending on when you started. But yeah, I'm super excited to start my new adventures after high school. I am planning on studying illustration at Pratt Institute this fall. As you guys probably know, art school always starts with foundation year, the first year that you go, to kind of relearn all the basics of art, because everybody comes from a different background and we all need to have the basics to be successful in our art career, as well as the academics like art history, because academics are super important in art, which many people, I don't think they think of that when they first think of art, especially if you're doing more of a pragmatic career path like architecture. You're definitely going to need more mathematics or something than a regular art career, but it's important to be very flexible and to be able to adapt as an artist, which is a really good skill to have. I might change my major. I'm not sure yet. We'll see how this all goes. I think the only contender is probably painting right now, though, because when I'm not doing the digital art stuff, I am oil painting and using watercolors, and I really enjoy doing that, and I could see myself doing that as like a career freelance artist, gallery artist, whichever one you want to choose. But I think doing digital prints is a lot easier, especially because you can mass produce them, and taking pictures of like an oil painting and then making prints of that is a little bit difficult, because you got to get the lighting right and you got to have like a nice quality camera and some good editing on your laptop to like crop the photo and add in like the little text decals to mark like the name, the date, the medium, the size of the painting, stuff like that. But yeah, I really enjoy oil painting and stuff like that, so maybe I'll change my major. I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, for this, it was Bluebell, which I'm sure Ella already told you in her part of the video. But I wanted to do something a little bit different from what I was doing before, which was like directly taking the context of the flower and creating a character. This time I took more of the shape and kind of like the personality of the flower that I thought fit with the character that I wanted to do. Lately I've been into a lot of flowy and kind of crazy designs. I don't know if that's the right word to describe it. I think this is a very kooky kind of character. She reminds me a lot of the Mad Hatter. When I thought of an English Bluebell, I thought that, like, tea time. Like, she's sitting down for tea or something. So I was like, ooh, how's that gonna work? And then I'm like, you know, Alice in Wonderland, the Mad Hatter, they're kind of crazy. And so I'm like, oh, let's just have her, like, falling over out of her stool. And she's, like, super chill about it, because why wouldn't she be? And then, yeah, so I put tons of sweets around her, kind of made her seem like she's at tea time, and she's just like, you know, acting crazy like usual, like the crazy fun aunt that everybody like knows and loves. So that's what it ended up being. I didn't really stick to the color scheme of the English Bluebells all that much, just because I felt like this would fit a lot better. So I just blocked in the color with like a greenish blue, but I kept the dress shape, kind of like the English bluebell. Just blocking in some colors. I used some new texture tools this time. I used like the snakeskin, some dots for the bodice of the dress, some of the stars. I thought that was really cool. So I colored it, I adjusted the colors, and I am really happy with how this turned out for being gone so long. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks so much.